What's up, everybody? My name's Alexander Gallup, and I'm here with Nick Townsend, a.k.a. Swaggy T.
What's up, man?
First
Quackback Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 2 of the Quackback Podcast. AG and Swaggy T here. Swaggy, can I get a quackback?
Quack, 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 quack.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
All right.
All right, we're talking about the NBA Finals, recapping. Obviously, quite an exciting NBA Finals series there, Swaggy. Personally, you know, we could talk about the refs, we could talk about the games being rigged, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, in the end, I honestly believe that the Cavs outplayed the Warriors. Game 7 to me kind of felt like Game 1 just because it was the first close game. But definitely in Game 7, I felt like they got outplayed. There was Andrew Bogut missing. There were a few pieces missing, but I do feel like the Cavs played a great game. What do you feel?
You know, I got to give credit where credit is due. I obviously picked the Warriors in 6. Actually, when I originally picked them in 6, but when we did our last Quackback, I said Warriors in 5. But got to give credit to the king himself, LeBron James. I mean, to be down 3-1 against a team that had set the record for most regular season wins ever, have to win 2 of those games in Oakland, and for him to go back-to-back 41-point games. He led every statistical category, whether it was with the Warriors or the Cavaliers. He played his ass off, and you know,
He was quite the monster, if you will.
he was a Space Jam 2 reference right there. But gotta give credit to LeBron. He had one of the greatest finals, maybe even the greatest finals of all time, particularly games 5 through 7. He got a little help from Kyrie Irving, I'd say.
As much as we talk about LeBron, Kyrie was ice cold, man. That guy he had ice water running through his veins. That last 3 in the final closing seconds, I mean, that was just filthy. Honestly, personally, I probably would have given the Finals MVP to Kyrie.
Really?
I think I would have.
Skip Bayless Jr. over here. I couldn't do that, man. I mean, granted, yeah, he hit the game-winning shot, but hey, little flashback reference. Steve Kerr hit the game-winning shot in '97. Jordan was the MVP, so
sure.
I gotta give curving. I don't know where I'm getting that at. Kyrie had a very good series too. He was unstoppable from the J, especially from the three-point line. Mm-hmm. But, man, LeBron, unbelievable. Another thing didn't help, I mean, Curry's got to step that game up in the finals next year, man. I mean, if he gets back, that was, I think, the big factor. LeBron stepped up, sure. Curry didn't.
Sure. I mean, he was getting triple-teamed, but let's be honest. I mean, there's only so much the guy can do. So, that's that. That's the NBA season. You think the Warriors will be back? What's your prediction for that? Warriors or Cavs more likely to get back next year?
I will have to say the Cavs, man. Assuming we'll get back to that in a second. I mean, this is under the assumption that LeBron stays. I think he will stay.
I think he'll stay.
I mean, he probably wants to go maybe back to back, but
unless he goes to play tight end for the Cowboys.
Look, come on now, LeBron. The Cowgirls, really? But, you know, it just all comes down to that LeBron's in the easier conference. LeBron's got a cakewalk to the finals. True. Whereas, you know, who knows? This is going to be an interesting offseason. Who knows what's going to happen? Who's going to shake up who? Plus, the Warriors... Granted, they won 73 games this year.
And they're a very young team.
Young team. But particularly in the Oklahoma series, they got exposed in the sense that they need a big man that can get some freaking rebounds. Like those last 2 series, it frustrated me on how much they were getting out-rebounded. They need a big man that can clean up the boards, maybe a Hassan Whiteside, maybe your boy Dwight Howard. I know you don't want that. But you know what? It really depends on what happens this offseason. I would say, as of now, I would put the Warriors back in the finals. But between the Cavs and the Warriors, I definitely got to go Cleveland with the team more likely to return next year.
Okay. Speaking of big men, speaking of offseason acquisitions, how do we feel about Kevin Durant? I think Durant, you know, all the talk about he could go to the Warriors, he could not. Maybe he's going to stay in OKC. I don't know. I think Durant could be a good fit for any team, but if he comes to the Warriors, he has to be a role player. That's the thing. He's not going to be able to take over as much as he would be, let's say, as he was in OKC. He's not going to be the leader of that team. It's still going to be Steph's team. You know what I mean? So he's going to have to come in and play a role. And I'm not so sure that Durant's willing to take his ego back and do that. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I don't like Durant going to the Warriors. I would rather them get a big man. Durant is a very interesting piece to this offseason puzzle. Just a week ago, I was like, he should go to Miami. I mean, him, D-Wade, Whiteside, in the Eastern Conference, they'd be neck and neck with the Cavs. Mm-hmm. Now that, because this was under the assumption that the Warriors would win the finals, but that didn't happen.
Right.
So now I could see him going to the Warriors because they could have that mentality of, well, we're only a game away. We won 73 games last year. Let's just try to get the biggest, flashiest, sexiest free agent, try to spend everybody. But that strategy may or may not work.
And that's not really the Warriors' strategy in the first place. It never really has been. You know what I mean?
No. They need a big man. As for Durant, the team that's kind of warming up to me lately is the Lake Show.
I could definitely see Durant going
because
to
they got Boy Wonder as their coach and Luke Walton. They got young talent. Kobe's not there anymore. They got a bunch of cap space, so he could be the heir apparent to the Lakers' kingdom.
That's what I'm thinking.
And, they could probably bring another free agency, and who knows? He goes to L.A., well, Russell Westbrook's a free agent next year. Sure. Russell Westbrook is from L.A.
Maybe they both go to the
They take their talents to Hollywood, and and then with them being in L.A. compared to Oklahoma City, they'd have an easier time attracting free agents there. The next thing you know, LeBron might be sweating a little bit if the Lakers are coming back.
The dynamic duo. Well,
in Hollywood.
Speaking of big men, at least for the Warriors, another intriguing player, or maybe two intriguing players for big men, are Dirk and Hassan Whiteside. Dirk Nowitzki and Hassan Whiteside. What do you think about those two players coming to Golden State?
Of the two, Whiteside would be the better fit. Granted, Dirk would bring that championship experience. Dirk is 38. He would definitely be that role player. Like you mentioned about Durant having to be the role player, he would be the guy that definitely would need to be the role player. But you know what? He could come in. He's the best. We'd have the best shooter on the Warriors, and we'd have the best foreign shooter on the Warriors. It wouldn't be a bad idea. I would rather get Whiteside, though, because I think what the Warriors were missing, and shout out to our buddy Alex Shane.
Hey, Shane.
Shane, because we were talking about this early. I told him this. If the Warriors this year went up in a series against the 95-96 Bulls, the Bulls would sweep them. The reason being, nobody could stop Dennis Rodman on that. He'd be getting rebounds. Boom, boom, boom.
For sure.
The team that couldn't rebound against the team with the best rebounder of all time. If they had somebody that all they needed to do was be a rim protector, get those rebounds like Hassan Whiteside, they'll be going 82-0, pal. All right, I'm not going to say that, but they would definitely be, in my eyes, a much better team than they were this past season.
And as far as Dwight Howard goes, who cares, honestly?
Actually, I don't like Dwight Howard, but I'll tell you what, if they don't get Whiteside, maybe not. If you can somehow convince that big, overgrown sized little diva to just get some freaking boards, then maybe it might be a good fit for the Warriors. I'm just saying.
Possibility, I guess. Everything's possible. All right, well, that is the off-season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Any final thoughts there, Swag?
Go Nuggets.
Go Nuggets.
Do something this offseason. I'm tired of not being in the playoffs the last 3 years. Do something.
Right on. And what are we looking forward to, Swaggy?
Well, obviously, me being a big football fan.
Fantasy football, NFL, let's go.
You know it. We're going back to back in the Mile High City. You know what? Training camp starts next month. And you know what? We got a new NFL team in L.A. The Rams bringing it back. Ram it. Do you know how to ram it? No, seriously. Go on YouTube. Look up the LA Rams from the 80s, their music video, Ram It.
Absolutely.
Quite entertaining.
One of my ex-coaches, actually, Jackie Slater, was in that music video.
Oh,
so
I didn't know Jackie Slater was your coach.
He coaches old offensive lineman at Azusa Pacific University.
Nice.
Absolutely. Super excited for that. Can't wait for football. I'm sure our next Quackback will be something related to the NFL. Just getting started. Thank you guys for joining us today. It's been another great Quackback podcast. Can I get a Quackback?
Quack, 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 quack.